Welcome back, Resource Gang, to another episode of Training with the Bishop, guys. And here it is. We are down with week one. I'm in week two with my new student that I picked up from training class from over 2 weeks ago. So I'm just here to give y'all my honest review on how it's going. So y'all check this out. All right, guys, week one is in the bag already. We didn't really do a whole lot because we didn't have a lot to do. We picked up a load from Laredo, went up to Dallas, came back, and that was it. It was Memorial Day weekend, so we was off that Monday. We ended up picking up a load Wednesday, coming back on Thursday, and Friday we picked up the original run that go from Laredo to Louisville. So right now, that is kind of where we are. We are in Louisville right now. So this is our first run out of the state. Our first run out of the state. And it's going pretty well. I would say it definitely have been an adjustment for me. Simple fact is I haven't trained in over a year. So I'm getting back in the swing of everything, getting back into, implement what Pam have taught me in the last 2 weeks on the Pam way. I do find myself, it do kind of be a little challenging, and it's kind of like a little struggle for me because for the last 5 years, I'm just used to training the way that I've been training. So just trying not to make some of the same mistakes I made over the last 5 years and doing it the right way, doing it the Pam way. That's been the adjustment for me, just because, like I said, I've been doing it for one way for so long and just remembering like, okay, not to do this, to do that. So that kind of been a struggle, but I just been taking it slow. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get back into the swing of things and not trying to rush it or make it more than what it already is. And that's kind of been working. So getting into the swing of things, learning my student is learning me, and figuring out how to make this training as effective as I possibly can, because everybody learn different. You know what I'm saying? So everybody learn different, and I have to learn how my student learn in order for it to be effective. But other than that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. If I had to say one adjustment that I would, let me just say this. If I would have to say one thing that I think that'll probably be more effective for us as trainers, if we had probably about 2 more hours versus, you only have 14 hours in the day to try to do what you gotta do with your student, with being on duty the whole time. But I think if we had like 16 hours, I think that'll probably be more effective far as, getting where you're trying to go and doing what you're trying to do. But I don't make the rules, man. I just abide by whatever they tell me and whatever, I'm giving. But I think if we had 2 more hours, I think that'll be cool. That'll probably be more effective far as the trainer, getting where he's trying to go, doing what he's trying to do. I mean, that would probably be my only drawback. Like I said, it's definitely have been an adjustment, man, because the new style, we don't run like teams no more. You know what I'm saying? So basically you on duty the whole time while they drive, which from somebody that's kind of done it for so long, and I've ran super hard, trying to get where you're trying to go, man, that stuff tires you out. You become a hazard. You don't know you become a hazard, but you become a hazard, and you get fatigued really fast. And sometimes you can get fatigued and you don't even know that you fatigue, and you find yourself drifting off, or you find yourself becoming impaired to what's going on with the motoring public. So I'm not tripping on not running like teams no more. I'm not tripping on that at all, because now you get the proper rest, and you don't have to have that worry of, if I'm asleep, if my student gonna float us across the Mississippi River. You know what I'm saying? So now you actually get the proper amount of rest. When you stop, the student stop. When the truck stop, everybody stop. Everybody go to bed, wake up the next morning, figure it out, do it again. Now, the reason why I was saying I feel like if we had 16 hours in the day, if something was like, we was able to, the last 2 hours of the student shift, kind of go off duty and just kind of back up a little bit and just let them kind of navigate by themselves. Not by themselves, but by themselves. You still watching, but give them some time to just navigate by themselves, and you get to preserve a little more of your time. So I think it was, we split the shift 8 and 8. I do 8, the student do 8. I think that's way more uh, effective just as well when it come down to, you trying to get the way you going. I mean, at the end of the day, we all trying to make some money. We all trying to, get a job done as safe as possible. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that they got to do that, but that's my opinion. Because of course, however the training program is laid out, it is laid out, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying my opinion on what I feel just by doing this. But far as the training part of it, far as the guideline of what they gave us how to do, I found that very, very effective, especially with the pre-trip, because we was briefed that a lot of people come in don't know how to do a proper pre-trip. So we're having the tools that we have to be able to show them how to, what to look for. I got a piece of paper, they got a piece of paper, and we're going through the pre-trip together, showing, hey, this, that is that. And then what I like to do, I tell my student, hey, when you off on the weekend, man, look through this pre-trip, and when we come back, I need you to know this thing inside out. One thing you will not fail when you go to do your upgrade, it will be that pre-trip. You will not fail that. You will know that like the inside of your hand, pre-trip and back. And so this week, me and my student just pretty much, we've been trying to get the quail calmed down, making sure he understand all the macros and how that stuff works. Because I know sometimes when you get out there, that'll be the first thing you forget to do, the macros. So working on the macros, making sure he understand that, what is the reason why we doing what we doing, and why is this and this is, what I'm saying? So we just working on that this week. We working on trip planning. We just scaled our first load, so he understand that. So we got a check sheet on everything that the driver, the student need to know before he get out there on his own, and which I think is super, super, man, helpful. I mean, when I say it's helpful because we can go through everything. I can explain everything. I can show him everything, and we can check it off the list. That way, when it all boils down to, he has something to look back on and say, okay, we did do that. So this week, like I said, we're working more so on trip planning, making sure we got the quail calmed down, wet macros work for wet, and we will be doing backing. We are going to really zoom in on the backing. Matter of fact, we're going to get introduced to that hopefully tomorrow, depending on how everything go, get them introduced to backing, stuff like that. So week number 2, I mean, it's going. Like I said, it's going. It's still an adjustment. I'm adjusting a little bit more, but I'm taking it slow. So I'm working my way back in to make sure it is very effective. So we're going to see how this goes, guys. Like I said, this ain't paid promotion. I'm always say that. This is not paid promotion. Pam do not pay me to get on here and make these videos and tell y'all the real. I'm very transparent. Y'all know on this channel right here, we keep it funky like a fart. I'm going to give y'all the real. I'm not going to give you nothing that you're going to be like, oh, man, he sold us. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. So, like I said, the training right now is going good. It is definitely going good. It's an adjustment, and I'm not tripping about the adjustment, but we're going to see how it go by the end of this week, going into the next week. I'll tune in with part 2 of training with the bishop after being off a year. So y'all stay tuned.